How's it going, guys? It's John Q here from Techno Buffalo, and just 2 days ago, RIM Research Emotion finally announced their new tablet. And every tech YouTuber that you can think of has either made a YouTube video or is gonna make a YouTube video talking about said tablet, and Mr. John for Lakers even made one himself. So I thought, hey, I should make one too! Peer pressure. Powerful stuff. Speaking of peer pressure, if you're somehow peer pressure into doing drugs, don't do it, because drugs, they bad for you. This is sort of similar to the whole Apple iPad dealio. Everybody thought the iPad was going to be called the iSlate. iSlate. Remember that? No? No? Good, because it doesn't matter anyways. Personally, I think the name BlackPad would have suited the tablet rather nicely. As you know, it's all pad-like, and it's black. But I think RIM wanted to have a more fun approach. But to me, the word playbook sort of reminds me of the things that sports coaches write their strategies or plays on. You know, the things with X's, circles, straight lines, sometimes diagonal lines, and also sometimes very, very fancy arrows? Yeah, those things. And the BlackBerry PlayBook isn't really a book, nor is it play. Not to mention, it sort of sounds out of place compared to the other BlackBerry devices, such as the Bold, Storm, Javelin, very devices. You gotta do that face when you say the name, because they have so much oomph. I don't know. And also the Pearl and the Curve. If you guys want the full specifications of the playbook, make sure you check out John for Lakers video. Linked in the description box there. Now, I'm pretty sure the first thing that popped into a lot of people's minds would be, how does the BlackBerry PlayBook fare against the iPad? Often people would ask me comparative questions between two devices, such as Evo 4G or iPhone 3GS, which doesn't really make sense because the iPhone 3GS is a lot older compared to the Evo 4G. It sort of seems that they set up that question so that you'd pick the one that they'd want to pick. Not really fair, is it? It's kind of like, okay, PlayStation 1 or Xbox 360? Okay, go! Come on! See? Useless, and not to mention rather rude. Even though the original iPad is going to be around a year old when the BlackBerry PlayBook launches in 2011, is it fair to compare the two devices? At the moment, heck yes! I mean, it would be more fair to compare the PlayBook against the second generation iPad, but we don't know anything about that yet. Because Apple likes to keep things secret, because they sneaky like that. Looking at both devices based solely on specifications, the PlayBook dominates the iPad in every way minus the screen size. But then again, that's relative to the overall device size itself, which makes it even for both. Which leaves us with software, meaning the operating system and the support for applications. Now, something I've learned over the years would be no matter how impressive the hardware is, it's the software that counts. The PlayBook's operating system looks amazing with their native flash support, desktop-like web browsing experience, and oh yes, let's not forget about the multitasking, or multitasking, either way you want to say it. If you didn't see the preview, the multitasking looks very, very fluid. It's very organic looking and almost seamless. The iPad looks and works pretty much the same way minus the native flash support, which might be a deal breaker for some people. Another thing we have to consider is mobile software, and by mobile software I mean apps. And when it comes to apps, Apple's App Store is Kang, like Burger Kang or Kang Kong. Kang, spelled K-I-N-G, but pronounced K-A-N-G for some reason. Sure, there are a lot of garbage fart apps, but within the library of one-time novelties are timeless applications that you probably won't find on any mobile operating system other than iOS. And if you happen to find them on other mobile operating systems, they probably won't really work as well. A very good example would be Skype, and the iPhone pulls off Skype beautifully, and it only comes in second compared to the experience you would get on a computer. At the moment, BlackBerry OS doesn't really support Skype unless you have some Verizon package thing, which sucks. As you can probably tell, I like applications. It keeps the device interesting, and I think iOS and Android OS has most of the mobile platform device application developer people, and I doubt they'll flock over to BlackBerry OS anytime soon, unless they absolutely have to, of course. Hypothetically speaking, if I was going to buy a tablet, I'd still choose the iPad over the BlackBerry PlayBook. The thing that's holding me back would be the OS. After owning and using a BlackBerry for a while, I can confidently say that I don't like the OS. Sure, the OS is improved for BlackBerry OS 6 and the new tablet OS, but it's still a BlackBerry device, and BlackBerry devices have a very business feel behind them. And that's because they're business devices, and the reason why I say business is because hardcore people say business. But still, the BlackBerry PlayBook, in my opinion, is completely necessary, and I'm glad RIM took that bold leap to not only create an iPad competitor, but also to move the tablet market forward. Due to the overwhelming, accented H right there, spec specs of the BlackBerry PlayBook, Apple, Samsung, and other mobile tablet producers now have to think, dang, what can we do now to one-up the BlackBerry PlayBook? Which in the end means better tablets for users and hopefully better prices as well. So if you're ever in a situation where you have to choose between an iPad or a BlackBerry PlayBook, I would recommend you consider the software before the hardware, and of course, if you can, try out both devices before making your decision. Sure, a dual-core processor and 2 HD cameras is great, wonderful, fantastic, but it doesn't really mean anything if all you want to do is play multiplayer Scrabble with your friends on a rather large tablet-y screen. So that's it for now. This was John from Techno Buffalo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters!